YouTube. How is it going? It's Carl Treslove here. The power is out, the darkness is in. Hey, the darkness be as we as a fly. Anyway, so um, one of the things that I want to talk about today is integration. I was talking to somebody today who obviously I can't go into details because privacy and confidentiality, but I think it's super important that we integrate all parts of ourselves so that our system is functioning in the way that it wants to. You know, our pain, our darkness, even the things in the world that we look at, and we have the judgment, and we can deem that these behaviours or actions or the way that people are doing things, we can look at those and make judgments and say these things are not necessarily good. But how do we bring those things into a space where we can embrace them with compassion and kindness? And yes, say, hold people accountable and say, it's not okay that you're doing this on these atrocities, these crimes, the way in which countries are being led, to be very specific. It's not okay, but let's hold all of this in a space of compassion, understand where everybody's coming from, and integrate these pieces and the parts of oneself, because then we're giving love to every little piece and part of God, which I think is super important to do. Now, not only do we do that and extend that to people, collectively, we have to extend that towards ourselves. Your shadows, your darkness. People talk about integration all of the time. Shadow work. What does that mean? What does it look like? Anything that you do not deal with is going to be repressed somewhere within your psyche. It's going to come out emotionally. It's going to come out physically. It's going to come out, spiritually, energetically, within what is manifested or created within your life. Now, the joke is this. I think that, all of these things happen in a way that is still, godly. There's intelligent design and there's divine perfection. But if we look at it as, um, when people talk about the devil, that's the piece of God that is maybe turned away from itself. And within that is all of these things that are fear and undesirable experiences. But actually, I think that outward searching nature that doesn't know that it's God still will find its way back home and understand that it is as much a piece of God as everything else. So, in the same way, our demons, our darkness, our shadows, our pain, the piece of us that doubts, has fears, has anxieties, has worries, that doesn't understand that everything is part of God, we have to integrate it. We have to give it love. We have to give it compassion. We have to be there. To quote the wicked thing, we have to hold space for it. The denial of it, the repression of it, the pushing it away and not wanting to look at it creates more anxiety, more fear, more tension, more stress, more. It creates more. It's like the monster that you don't want to look at, and actually, it's not actually as scary as you think it is when you open the door and go, "Oh, is this it?" Now, uh, so touching on a lot of spaces really with this conversation. I hope that it makes some sort of sense and it isn't just rambling. But we need to integrate, pieces and parts of ourselves, and collectively we need to do that too. So integration, big, 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 big thing. There is godliness in all of it. Every little piece and part. And I think that that's the joke. If you turn your lens and your awareness towards those spaces, you will see it. Now, that's what I do as my job as a psychic, which if you want to book in, you can, carltreslove.com. You can give for these videos, PayPal at carltreslove, whatever. That's the plug for those spaces. But, integration is really key. To go back to integration, I do therapy things, but whatever. Um, yeah. Now, not everybody will have that process. Not everybody will have that trajectory, which is okay too, because maybe the piece of them that is God doesn't need to have that experience. I myself want to be the fullest expression of myself. I always have done. And I think that we've definitely got to a point in the world where people are not afraid to look at things that are uncomfortable and difficult, which is why we have mindfulness and the mental health movement, you know? And I think, yeah, how do we do it? We get embodied, we feel into our systems, we work out if there's any stickiness or energetics going on within us that makes us feel a little bit something's not right here, or I keep seeing these patterns going on in my life. And once again, gentleness, compassion with those spaces in the sense of, haven't got to change it overnight. It's okay for things to take time. But sit with oneself, be embodied. People escape and run into spirituality as another way, to maybe not sit and do the work of the integration spaces. Yes, once again, the truth is, in that space, divine perfection, intelligent design, but we then still have to navigate the things that are going on in our human life, in the human world, and not run into the spiritual realms in order to shy away from dealing with those things. So that is it. That's all I'm going to say. Remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. I hope that you enjoy this. Until we connect again soon in a bit.